My name is Ethan. For 30 years I lived as a nobody, drowning in medical bills and eviction notices. But yesterday I found something under the creaky floorboards of my late grandfather's cabin. Something that wasn't supposed to exist. It was a heavy, rust-covered iron box with a strange brass mechanism on the front. No keyhole, no combination pad, just a single sentence carved into the metal. Only open when you have nothing left to lose. Well, standing in a freezing cabin with $42 in my bank account, I guess I qualified. My grandfather, Arthur Vance, was an eccentric carpenter who disappeared without a trace in the winter of 1998. The police closed the case in 3 weeks, calling it a wandering old man lost in the blizzard. The town forgot him. The bank seized most of his land. All that was left for me was this falling-apart cabin in the dark woods of Maine. I came here to clear out the junk before the county auctioned it off. I never expected to find a hidden cellar beneath the kitchen rug, nor the cold metal box sitting in the dust. I sat on the cold floor, my hands trembling. The air in the cabin grew strangely silent. Even the wind outside seemed to stop. As I pressed my thumb against the brass mechanism, a sharp click echoed through the silent room. The heavy iron lid popped open by half an inch. Inside, wrapped in faded velvet, was not money nor gold. It was a leather journal, a small silver key, and a photograph from 1994. But when I looked closer at the photograph, my blood ran cold. The photograph showed my grandfather standing outside a massive modern glass mansion, a house I had never seen before. Standing right next to him was a man whose face was plastered across every news channel in America. Billionaire tech titan, Julian Sterling. But on the back of the photo, handwritten in faded black ink, were 5 words. He stole it all. Expose him. I opened the journal. The first page contained dates, bank account coordinates, and blueprint schematics for an underground vault located right beneath the Sterling estate in New York. I spent my last dollars on a bus ticket to Manhattan. With the silver key in my pocket and the journal hidden in my jacket, I walked through the towering glass skyscrapers. According to Arthur's notes, my grandfather wasn't just a carpenter. He was the master architect who designed Sterling's most secure private vaults 30 years ago. But Sterling betrayed him, framed him for fraud, and wiped his existence off the grid. My grandfather didn't die in a blizzard. He went into hiding to protect a secret small enough to fit inside a silver key. Using the blueprints in the journal, I found the forgotten maintenance tunnels beneath the Manhattan skyscraper. Step by step, avoiding security cameras using my grandfather's exact timed patrol routes, I reached the lowest level. A massive steel door stood before me, marked with the Sterling emblem. And right in the center was a tiny circular keyhole that matched the silver key. The lock turned smoothly. As the heavy steel door slid open, lights flickered on automatically. But the vault wasn't filled with cash or diamonds. In the center of the room sat a single computer terminal connected to an encrypted drive, displaying real-time transactions transferring millions of dollars into thousands of anonymous charity accounts, orphanages, and struggling families across America. My grandfather hadn't just built a vault. He had built a hidden system that slowly diverted Sterling's corrupt wealth to people who actually needed it. A sudden voice echoed behind me in the dark vault. I knew Arthur's grandson would eventually come back. I spun around. Standing in the doorway was Julian Sterling himself. But he didn't call security. He didn't pull a gun. He looked at me with tired, tear-filled eyes. "Your grandfather didn't steal from me, Ethan," Sterling whispered. "He was my best friend. 30 years ago, when I was diagnosed with terminal illness, we created this vault together to give my fortune away to the world before my corrupt board of directors could take it. He hid the key with you, waiting until you were mature enough to finish the mission." Sterling handed me a tablet. On the screen was the final authorization prompt, requiring a fingerprint and the silver key. "It's time to release the rest," Sterling said softly. I inserted the key, turned it, and pressed my thumb to the screen. In less than 10 seconds, $1.2 billion was distributed across thousands of public relief funds and struggling small businesses. I walked out of that skyscraper no longer a broken, penniless man, but as the guardian of a legacy. My grandfather didn't leave me money. He left me the power to change the world.